with this video, we wanted to talk about albums, again, within hip-hop, because that's what we do specialize in.
That's what we do.
That is. We do other things as well, but as far as musical taste, that's part of what we specialize in. So we wanted to talk about albums that we think are underrated, and we got 5 that are underrated, and 2 we believe are overrated. And every one of them is different. So I'm going to start off here. No, why don't you go ahead and start off?
All right.
Start off with that boy right there.
Yeah. All right. So this one...
Yeah.
Oh, this one resonates with me a bit personally. An album I grew up on listening to with my brothers, stepbrothers.
Claw is the law.
Yes, sir. Man's with the white claw there.
Claw is the law. Go ahead.
So,
growing up with your brothers.
Yeah, growing up with my brothers, I listened to this album a lot. We bumped this one, playing video games, playing Yu-Gi-Oh, what have you. We got GUnit's Beg for Mercy, an album that we both feel is very, very underrated.
Hell yeah.
So many songs from front to back that just bump, and for that time were just
What year is it? 2004, 5, something like that?
2003.
Oh, really? Is that when Beg for...
Yes.
So for me, one of the things I think of with this right away, the GUnit Beg for Mercy, their debut album here, is that everyone knows Get Rich or Die Trying by 50 is his best, one of the best amongst hip-hop, for that matter. But honestly, I would put Beg for Mercy above all of his other solo work, including The Massacre. I would put it above Tony Yayo, Lloyd Banks' solo work, all that. This is...
Yeah, I agree with that.
This album, Beg for Mercy, came at a time at the very tail end of when mainstream hip hop still had a few hits in it. Right? The early 2000s. This album, to me, absolutely delivers on every level, and even the artwork in it. Like, of course, it's what you would expect.
Oh yeah.
2003 to the max
with the spinner disc.
Yeah,
there.
with the spinner charm disc, and it's an absolute hit, and it's primarily Yayo, Lloyd Banks, and 50, but they've got other, I don't think The Game is on here yet.
He's not. He appeared in some music videos in that era, but he did not make that album.
Right, so this is mostly a trio, and then a few other features as well, but it is absolute fire. As much as the reason we say it's so underrated is people know Get Rich or Die Trying, they know The Massacre, they know all these other albums, but people do not sing the praises of this record. Also, I know this record is multi-platinum.
Oh, yeah.
If not, probably close to diamond.
I would imagine so.
And it sounds weird saying that it's underrated at that, but it really is.
Oh, my God, yeah.
This, I think if more people actually took the time to listen to this bad boy, it would be probably, probably double its sales.
Oh, yeah.
People think of it as, it's 50 Cent. And it's that at its best.
Oh, yeah.
But it's much more. And you look at the track listing here, Smile, Salute You, Beg for Mercy, the title track.
Stunt 101, personal favorite among me and my brothers.
Stunt 101, and Gangsta Shit is another one. Yeah. And the last song, which is quite controversial and a little bit of a diss track itself, but it's a little bit about Ja Rule. Let's just say that.
Is that you, Ja?
I smell pussy.
Is that you, Irv?
I smell pussy. So that one, severely underrated. As successful as it was, it is underrated.
And an interesting thing to note about that album, Tony Yayo was still in prison when they dropped that album. So it was just 50, Young Buck, and Lloyd Banks. Tony Yayo, I think, got on like 2 songs and recorded them from prison.
Yeah.
So it's a very unique album for that reason.
He did, and that was kind of when they were fucking with Shine as well as a maybe and stuff, and that didn't work out. But anyway, on to the next one, and this is an album... And trust me, hear me out on this. This is an overrated album. Mm-hmm. Country Grammar by Nelly. Yes, that's right. Uh-oh! I just called Country Grammar overrated. Let me explain why, okay? So, obviously, we all know the hit St. Louis. Greed, Hate, Envy is great. Country Grammar itself.
EI.
EI, of course. But it's 17 songs, including the intro and outro. Yeah. But it has at least 5 or 6 skippers on it.
Yeah.
And look, this album, to my knowledge, is Diamond, right? And to me, you can't have skippers on a Diamond album.
Yeah, how does that
work?
work?
Or a cult classic, or
exactly.
So to me, it's mostly about the hits with this one. And it's overall, as an album, it's very overrated.
Yeah, and again, like you said, with the hits, how can that be a noteworthy album? Like, of course, you've got the hits, but you gotta have more than just the hits for an album. You gotta have the whole package, as we like to say, the whole deal.
Especially if you're gonna be Diamond.
Exactly.
On that level, right?
But for that era, I guess that's what kind of made it all work.
It was worth buying. The singles were worth buying alone, so that's why it sold. But as an album today, this would flop really hard compared to a Diamond, at least. So that would be number 2. Now, number 3, we're going to take a little bit of a curve into the Juggalo world here. The Juggalo world.
Yes, that Jumpsteady.
Yeah, that Jumpsteady. A.K.A. Rob Bruce, Violent J of ICP's brother. This is an original pressing of it as well. 2005. Master of the Flying Guillotine.
Yes.
And let me tell you, one of the things that sticks out to me a lot with this record that I think of right away is I remember when this came out. I was a young little Juggalo, right?
Wow.
Like 15, 16 years old. One of the things that sticks out is that so many people hated on this album. Like, it sold
to me.
entirely to the Juggalo community. This wasn't a mainstream record on any level.
Right.
It was a Juggalo album. And so many Juggalos hated on this.
Wow.
And similar to how they hated on Bang Pow Boom, and now all of a sudden everybody loves it seems. People hated on this, and now no one, I mean, I'm sure there's haters of it still, like there's anything.
Sure.
There's people who probably hate Thriller by Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
You know? But now people absolutely won't say a bad word about it. Love it to death. This album, part of the reason it's a shit, to me, is it is wicked with the storytelling, and to me, it follows a theme of a movie as a listen.
And that's what grabbed me when you put me onto it, several months back. Mm-hmm. The way that it moves as a story, and Jumpsteady, he's able to put his natural story.
The movie samples, too.
Yes, the movie samples. Similar to RZA with the, Kung Fu samples, but Juggalo style and a bit better, to be honest. Jumpsteady really does well at putting his storytelling skills in bar form and does it so excellent.
And what's so interesting is because of that, it being a flop, if you will, in the Juggalo world at the time of its release, he hasn't made another album since. He's got the Chaos Theory EP, which was like 02, 03, like around the Wraith time. Mm-hmm. And then he dropped this full length, and then he was like, no, fuck it. I managed the label, that's it. And those of us who loved it then and love it now would love to hear another one. I don't know about you, but I mean,
God, I'd love to hear another one.
It's not for everybody, like any album. There's nothing that's for everybody.
Right.
But we're telling you from a hip-hop perspective, this is worth a listen. Master of the Flying Guillotine by Jumpsteady on Apple Music, Amazon, you name it. So there's that one. Now, what do you got there?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh, this next one right here. He showed me this, like a year and a half ago now. Black Metal by L. Bill. This shit will kick your teeth in, kick your eardrums in. It is fire from front to back.
Might even cave in part of your massive skull.
Yeah.
Or if you have a small skull, it might completely cave it.
Yeah.
So get a big head like Bryce.
And the features on this, you've got GUnit, you've got Styles P from D Block, you've got Jeru the Damager, you've got La Coca Nostra. Like, you've got all these bomb features on top of El Bill, who's already dope as fuck.
And La Coca Nostra features Everlast, from House of Pain. It really... I don't mean to cut you off, but generally I don't like albums that are, hey, let's say it's Ill Bill, but only a few of the verses are, and it's just featuring a ton of different people. Right? No. This delivers as an Ill Bill album, but uses his features appropriately.
Exactly.
And it's a tight-knit group.
Hell yeah.
You feel, I don't know about you, but I feel like everyone who, produced, whether it's lyrics, bars, whatever, on this album, it feels so team effort.
Oh, very much so. And it's just like the track, funny enough, with Styles P. Come on, come all. If you don't come on, or don't come at all. And that's exactly what everyone did on this. And the guitar samples, oh.
I was just going to say, another thing that's unique about this is it's true to its name as black metal.
Yes.
It's definitely hip-hop to the
Very
core.
much
It's definitely rap.
Yep.
But it also has a lot of elements of what Ill Bill and his younger brother Necro grew up on. And that was metal. Metallica, Megadeth, things. So it does a good job, and it's, as we know, I don't mix no rap with rock and roll with like somebody else I know. Like a Kid Rock, who sucks.
Yeah,
that's our opinion. Rock. Yeah, fuck Kid Rock, and fuck you if you like him. But no, this does it. This delivers.
Oh yeah, dude.
Around the board as a hip hop album and with elements of rock and roll. So on to. Okay, so I know what I'm gonna save for last, but let's go with this right here. This album, it's precious to me that I have 2 copies. This is called The Godfathers.
Once Upon a Crime.
Yeah, it's by The Godfathers, the group, Necro and Kool rap, and the album is called Once Upon a Crime. This album gets 1% of the love and respect it should. Now, I will say, Kool rap and Necro went on Sway when this came out, and they both freestyled. What was it? Heart Attack, I think.
Yeah, they did.
They freestyled Heart Attack. So go, just Shade 45. You can look up Sway, Kool rap, and Necro freestyle, and The Godfathers, and it'll pop right up.
Oh yeah, pop up.
This record combines Kool rap, who is most gangsta old school as it gets.
Oh fuck
he goes back to the 80s.
Yes, very far back.
He is a fucking OG nigga. Like he goes back.
Back.
And Necro himself, he goes back to the 90s.
Yeah,
late
he's
90s.
Been around for a minute.
I would say he started hitting with I Need Drugs, which was 99, I think, and then Gory Days 2001, 2000, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
You know? So this, and I want to say this came out in 2013. That's what I want to say. If I'm wrong on that year, you can correct me. But I want to say it was like 2012, 2013. And this combines 2 artists like he and I that couldn't be more different.
Yep.
Yet have such a same common bond and purpose.
Exactly.
And from beats to lyrics and delivery, you get everything you could want on a hip hop album. If you like classic or modern, this will do it for you. Godfathers.
And the way they just
Once Upon a Crime.
The way they morph their styles too to like move as one again, like Corey just said, similar to him and I, how they move as one, make their styles mesh, and deliver just some freshness. It is amazing. Highly recommend. Peep that shit.
Yeah, and you can get it on Amazon right now. They just made a few more prints of it, so you can get it for only like $20 right now. It was $50, $60 just a couple months ago.
Oh god, yeah.
That's why I keep 2 sealed copies.
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's see. What do you got next?
All right.
Now this is. I think this is one of our overrateds, right?
Yes.
People got to hear us out, but you take it away.
All right. So this might come with a little controversy, if you will, but one we've got in the overrated category from one of our favorites, the dog. R.I.P.
Yeah, R.I.P.
DMX, The Great Depression. Now, I bet you're wondering, DMX? Why don't you guys have DMX on the list? Now, Great Depression, it was during...
And we have it on the list as overrated.
Yes, as overrated. So we have it on the list as overrated, and I'm sure you're wondering why. Now, this one was during that 5-year run, so a year before Grand Champ came out, so I think this was 01,
yeah,
02.
Grand Champ came out in 03. This is 01.
Okay, yeah. So
yeah, he made that promise on, what was it, Flesh of My Flesh? His first or second album.
Yeah.
The second one.
Yeah.
And he said, all I want is a 5-year run. If I can't have that, fuck it, let me die near a gun.
Exactly.
And he stuck true to that. He put out 5 albums in 4 years. 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
5 years.
Yep.
He put out 2 albums back to back in 1 calendar year. But when we get to this, his fourth of the 5, it really takes a step back.
Yeah, definitely takes a step back.
I don't want to say it was rushed because I know he recorded a lot of it in Arizona. He was getting clean, on and off, back and forth and stuff. All respect to it, and it's got hits on it.
Oh yeah, it's got
some of it.
Got Who We Be, personal favorite of mine.
Who We Be is in a ton of movies. Too.
Oh yeah,
well used track.
Trina Mauve, another favorite of ours.
Which was a diss song on the Locks. And they didn't know it until just recently. Yeah. Which I find funny.
That blew my mind, too.
Go ahead.
Got When I'm Nothing is an underrated gem on there. Yeah. Both of us fuck with that.
Yeah.
We got, let's see, number 11, I believe. I know that's the one you really fuck with.
Doesn't it have another BDaMan track, too?
BDaMan 3.
BDaMan 3. So the point is, this album does have hits on it. It definitely has. If you're a DMX fan, this is worth owning.
You'll still love it.
It's not that it's not worth owning. We're not calling it bad.
Yeah, it's not worth bad.
It's worth owning. It's still, I would say, a solid 8 or 9. Still.
Oh yeah, still, I think that's what we have at.
Yeah, still a great record, worth owning. Yeah. Hard copy, all of that stuff. It's just that it was from his first 3 albums. It was a really step back, and it felt cheaper. It just felt like cheap DMX. Yeah. It didn't feel like there was as much heart in it, which sounds backwards because he was going through the rehab and treatment, so he's probably in his soul more than ever. Right. But it under-delivers is the point.
No, for sure.
And that guy was going platinum almost, within a day or two when he was dropping at that time. So the numbers say it too. This was a step back for DMX, and again, RIP, but it was underwhelming at the time and for DMX. So we consider it overrated. What do you got? What do you got for? Do you have any more for underrated? Or we got one left.
I believe we got one left.
Yeah. So this one is okay. So this is very underrated.
Oh my God.
Project Pat.
Ghetty Green.
Ghetty Green.
Oh.
I got to get the green by any means. This album came out, I want to say it was 98... 99.
Yeah, beat me to it.
And it's funny, if you go on iTunes, download it, or Spotify, the cover is edited, so it doesn't show him fully robbing the dude at gunpoint.
So great.
It's kind of like cut off, so it doesn't show him fully robbing him. But the old school version, which we both have, and this thing's a pretty penny. It's good $70, $80.
Oh God, yeah, it's
and that's for used.
Yeah,
so this is valuable too. Very underrated. Let's get into really why though. Besides the funny cover and all that.
Right.
First of all, this is when 3 6 Mafia, and again, this is Hypnotized Mind, so it's their label.
Mm-hmm.
This is when 3 6 Mafia went from a thing in Memphis in the South that was banging loud, putting out mixtapes, to something that was sweeping the nation.
Right.
They were very tight with the Juggalo community, which again, both of us are. But even that aside, that's when they started to sweep the nation.
Oh God, yeah.
So for me, and this album, it has hits on it. The first song right away, North Memphis, which is like an intro track.
Oh yeah.
But it's one of those tracks that's get up, down, get live, gets you kind of like ready for the rest of the album.
Get you bumping in the street.
Yeah, North Memphis. Yeah, it just gets you going. Represent It.
Ooh.
If you in it, represent it. We got Out There. That's a heart and soul song to me, man.
Oh man.
And you can go ahead and read track 4 there for me, which is one of my all-time favorites.
Yes. One we've been playing a lot in the past, 6 months.
Katie.
Niggas got me fucked up.
Yeah.
Such a great song.
I get it. Niggas got me fucked up, too. You know the biz. Man, you know the business. And that features DJ Paul. Choices, which went to their movie as well.
Oh, that's right.
Movie Choices that Hypnotized Minds put out.
Yeah, I remember
that. We could go through every track on here.
So many fire songs.
But it was produced by DJ Paul and Juicy J. Hey. One of very few albums that was actually produced by both of them, because after a while, they kind of went separately in their producing and stuff.
Yeah.
You only saw them on stage together when it was time to make money at shows.
Course.
But they actually went more distance than people realized.
Oh.
So their careers have been interesting as kind of brothers together.
Right.
But no, very underrated. Also, the Source magazine gave this a whopping 2.5 mics out of 5.
Ridiculous.
Which they were known for. Eminem called them out. All of Shady Aftermath did, for that matter. 50, D12. for their bias and their Benzino love.
Such horrible bias.
Which
God.
a lot of people probably haven't even heard of Benzino or Made Men.
Yeah.
And for good reason, getting 4 mics, 5 mics, and this got 2.5. Let me tell you right now, if you like anything Southern hip hop at all, listen to Ghetty Green.
That's the album right there.
Ghetty Green by Project Pat.
Yes.
And this is where I think we will end it with our underrated, overrated. So
yes, sir.
Extremely underrated, like the others we mentioned. And then in our overrated, again, not saying they're not great albums, but they are overrated. Country Grammar by Nelly, DMX, and R.I.P. to him.
Yep.
But they're a little overrated.
Yeah.
So underrated, overrated. You got some others in mind? Put your opinions in the comments.
Let us know.
If you could think of another album that is just, in your opinion, painfully overrated or painfully underrated that is within the hip hop realm, put it in the comments for us so we can go listen. So we can go listen to it.
Exactly. We like listening to albums together. So let us know.
We do albums all the time. Listening to them. So we'll leave it there and a big whoop whoop.
Whoop whoop. Yeah.
Peace.
Peace.